Hey guys, so today I am here to talk with you all about domestic violence. This love talk is not featuring my husband. For one, because y'all, I don't feel like he give y'all serious, genuine answers. That's for one. And for two, this was something that I wanted to do that was very personal to me. I have a lot of clientele that deal with domestic violence in some way, shape, or form. And so I want to talk about that today with you guys. I want to talk about domestic violence with you guys. So, first things first, ladies. I know that sometimes things get heated and it gets heated pretty fast. And you can't control what's done. But in no way, shape, or form is it acceptable. I want to tell you guys my story. So, I was 16. I had just turned 16. And, I decided to, I guess, deal with dudes or whatever, deal with a guy, an older guy. And everything was great. Like, he didn't do anything to me at all for maybe the first year. What is that? It's a fly, y'all. I'm sorry. He didn't do anything to me the first year. Nothing. He didn't do anything. He was church going. He was very respectable. He was older, so my step grandfather did not agree with me dating him as much. But my grandmother was okay with it because he was so respectable. He used to come get me on Sundays to go to church. And anybody know about a black grandma? If you get a man that go to church, they feel like you done hit the lottery. And so he was at the time 20, about to be 21. And that is why I said what I said on the R. Kelly video. If an older man can't get a woman his age, then you wonder why. But anyway, so let's get on with the story. I got pregnant with my very first child. The first time that me and him slept together, I was pregnant. Of course, being 16, that was detrimental to my life. It was very heartbreaking, and I felt like he had ruined my life. Now, I would never have said that to him, and I still don't, because I'm very, very thankful for my beautiful 11-year-old that I have. But at the end of the day, I felt like he ruined my life. So, with that being said, I was pregnant with her, maybe 6 months pregnant. And he wanted me to wash some white clothes. I'm 16. I lived with my grandma my entire life. I never washed clothes. I hardly wash dishes at this age because a lot of people say that their parents prepared them. My grandma didn't. They sheltered me. They kept me from a lot of things because they felt like things that had already been done to me by my mother and stuff like that, that they didn't want nobody else doing nothing to me. And they didn't want me to have to feel like I had to work hard for anything. So I never knew how to wash clothes and all of that stuff until I got grown. You know what I'm saying? And I learned on my own. But my grandma she would wash my clothes. Still to this day, if I needed my clothes washed, y'all, I could take my clothes to my grandma. Because that's how much my grandmother and my step grandfather catered to me. So, he asked me to wash some white clothes, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wash them. I tried, and I put too much bleach in it, like so much bleach to the point that it turned it yellow. Okay, so he came home and he seen it. Now, mind y'all, I'm 6 months pregnant. He literally punches me because of the way that I wash the clothes. And initially, to me, it was a shock. Like, did he really just hit me? And that was the first incident. After that, it was day after day after day after day. Only maybe every once in a while we wouldn't fight. Every once in a while we wouldn't. The first couple of times I was shocked, hurt, crying. The next few times I was jumping back on him. I was beating him back up, choking him back. But I'm going to tell y'all something. That wasn't me. And that relationship made me lose who I was at such a young age. He did so many things. Okay? So let's fast forward. I've turned 17. It's almost time for my daughter to be born. I move out because of how he's treating me, how he's acting. I move back in with my grandma maybe a couple of weeks before my baby is due. My grandma's like, okay, yeah, y'all stay here. We'll figure it out. My grandmother took me to the hospital when I was in labor. They stayed until he came. Of course, I was upset that they even let him come because of where we were in the relationship. So he tells me he's going to change. He's not going to hit me anymore. We're not going to fight anymore. He want me and my daughter to come back and live with him. Okay, I did it. I'm 17, y'all. I want to have a family. I have a child with a man who is older than me, who can help me and could help me. And I need to just stay with him. My baby was a week and a half old. Her stomach muscle was closed, so she wasn't getting any food. She was throwing up like a grown person. So I had to take her to the doctor this day to get an x-ray because I did not want to wait on him. And I was going to take a cab. Mind you, y'all, my baby was only 2 weeks old. I had a C-section. I still had stitches and staples in my stomach. 17 years old. I'm trying to get my baby ready to take her to her appointment. He starts some BS argument because I didn't want to wait on him or whatever. And he started fighting me, y'all, with stitches and staples in my stomach. And I mean, we going at it. Now, mind you, we lived in his mother's house. She did nothing to stop it. You know what they did? We was in the closet fighting. They shut the door and let us fight and took my baby down the hall. Stitches, staples in my stomach. And we fought. And I was an hour and 30 minutes late for my child's appointment. So, with me being late for her appointment, I thought they're not going to take her. They're not going to x-ray her stomach. But there was a nurse there that said, it's okay, baby. You look like you having a hard day. What's your name? I told her. See, the universe put angels in your perimeter at all times. I told her my name. I told her why I was there. I'm with my baby. I know I'm a first-time mom, but I'm not crazy. Something wrong with my child. They x-rayed her stomach. Her stomach muscle was closed. My baby was a week and a half old. She had to have surgery to get her stomach muscle open. Which, if y'all see her now, honey, she taller than me. Wear the same size shoe as my husband, and she is flourishing. But they told me that had I waited another day or two, my child would have died from being malnourished. So he was playing the part of an evil role because had I just given up, my daughter wouldn't have made that appointment. And my daughter would not be here. So, with that being said, we continue to... Go. Sorry, y'all. It's my son. And I'm not going to edit this out because my son is always doing stuff. He coming here playing his music, but he got headphones. But anyway, So, what finally got me to my breaking point with this relationship was I snapped. And I snapped in a way that I could have not been free. If one thing would have went wrong within me snapping, I would not be with my daughter today. And I ultimately knew that it was time for me to go. If I bring physical harm to you that could almost take you away from your family, it's time for me to go. So I tell my ladies like this. I know he gonna say he's sorry. I know he gonna say he gonna fix it. But do not accept that. It's not acceptable. It's not okay. It's not a part of life. I would never put myself in a position to be with another man that put his hands on me. In no way, shape, or form. I'm not too quick to let a man cuss me. So I wanted to tell you guys my story to say this. We have all been through something. Some type of something that is beating us down and making us feel like we are not worthy. But we are. You are worthy, and you can walk away. It's okay to have a safety net, but your safety net shouldn't be smothering you. No man should be okay with physically harming you. Both of my children's fathers would fight me. Both of them. My oldest daughter and my two youngest kids' dad would fight me all the time. Don't matter. My youngest kid's dad, oh my goodness, he used to be off the chain. But you know what? My last straw with him was when I snapped. So I said, you know what I'm doing different this time? I'm not even going for it. If you even act like you gonna fight me, I'm done with you. And when I snapped the second time, I still was covered by the ancestors, because in the manner that I did it, I could have killed me, my kids, and my children's father, and the girl he was with. Because he kept trying me. And it was just built up. And that's the thing about me. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Libras, but we are calculated. And one thing about me is I will find out something and I won't say nothing. I will let it be what it is. Okay, I know. I won't say anything. But I will say this. Don't allow things to build up with you over time. Don't allow things to sit on your heart over time. Domestic violence is not okay. Being in a position where you may have to put yourself and your freedom at risk is not okay for you to survive. Because even though some women get off because they plead domestic violence, everybody ain't gonna get that fate. And what if you are just defending yourself and you kill him and you go to jail for the rest of your life because you decided to stay with a brother that'll beat you instead of the first time he hit you to leave? I don't know who this video is for, but I'm going to tell you something. It's been on my heart to do this video for 4 days. My friend girl, who I'm really close to, that know all my videos before I do them, she will tell you, I've been talking about doing this domestic violence video since me and her went out to eat. I'm like, yeah, girl, I'm going to do this domestic violence video, whatever. And I've been pushing it off, but it's been sat on my heart to do it because I know that it's somebody that needs to hear this. It's time for you to go. It's time for you to leave. The ancestors have created the gateway for you to walk out. Leave. Before you be somewhere in something that you're going to regret. Everybody don't get off when they claim domestic violence. Love and light.